The decision on if District Attorney Fani Willis should be disqualified from the election interference case now rests in the hands of Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee.
The hearing just wrapped up within the last hour after 3 hours of closing arguments. Fox 5's Eric Perry joins us now here in studio to break down what took place today. Eric?
Yeah, really explosive inside as well. Judge McAfee says he has a lot to think about, look over. He hopes to have a final decision within the next 2 weeks. Both sides had an hour and 30 minutes to argue before the judge. Let's begin with the defense. Attorney John Merchant, who represents Mike Roman, focused on conflict issue. He says this case is a matter of first impression and we are here because of Willis's judgment. Former President Trump's attorney Steve Sadow says Willis and Wade were simply not truthful while on stand. He says cell phone records show that Willis and Wade's relationship started well before the date that they testified to. Defense attorneys also spent time arguing the speech Willis made at Big Bethel AME Church. They say it was deflective and also tainting a jury. The defense claims Willis pulled what they call the race card and the God card.
We frankly couldn't care less if they had a personal relationship outside of work. That is not what the issue is here. The issue is that they began this relationship in 2019. They were dating for 2 years, and then she awarded him a contract where public money, either from Fulton County or the state of Georgia, ended up in his pockets.
Who has the best motive of anyone to lie? They do. Who has the most at stake to lie? They do. Who wants to stay on this case for whatever the financial reason may be? They do.
She would have looked the members of that church in the face and say, there's been an allegation that I had a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade, and ladies and gentlemen of this congregation, it's true.
So several defense attorneys went on to talk about the money itself, saying Willis did not appropriately file documents about the money on trips with Wade and claims that Wade spent up to $17,000 on the relationship over the years. All right, let's move on to the state. We saw Fani Willis enter the courtroom and sit with her team. State prosecutor Adam Abate argued before the judge that there's just not enough evidence in this case and that Willis should not be removed. He also worked to discredit several of the witnesses. We also heard him argue that Willis's actions did not show that she was simply confirmed about benefiting financially from the case.
Why would Ms. Willis repeatedly ask this court to set a trial date as soon as possible if her motive in prosecuting this case was to continue to financially gain, as alleged, from the prosecution of this case? It doesn't line up. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense for a reason, because it doesn't exist. If Ms. Willis's ultimate goal by hiring Mr. Wade was for her financial benefit, then she would put Mr. Wade on every single one of those cases.
So Willis left the courtroom right after the state wrapped up closing arguments. The decision now ultimately rests with Judge Scott McAfee, who again says the decision should be made within 2 weeks. McAfee's order will be posted on the docket when it is reached. For Courtney Tom, as Randy Travis said yesterday in his reporting, no matter the decision, we can expect some sort of appeal, which ultimately kicks this case further down the line in the year.
Yeah, so much for Judge McAfee to consider here in these next couple of weeks, and there will be plenty of speculation in the meantime as to which way this case is going to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, we'll be watching it. Eric, thanks.